I'm Mr. Know-It-All, the lead swing trading analyst trader at Swing Trade Pros, the #1 swing trading and bot community in the world. And I genuinely want to help you make your mark in the thrilling world of swing trading cryptocurrency. I've been trading since 2017, and I've taught myself many different trading strategies, patterns. I'm known for the falling wedge pattern, as you guys might know. I've dedicated my life to mastering these types of structures and patterns, and now my goal is to impact the lives of 1 million of you. You heard that right. My goal is to impact 1 million people this bull cycle. Let that be you. Cryptocurrency markets can be a roller coaster ride, full of ups and downs. But through swing trading, I've discovered a strategy that can truly make a difference. I've poured countless hours to studying the intricacies of falling wedge patterns, rising wedge patterns, you name it, and it has become my area of expertise. Here's the thing. I genuinely want to see you thrive in this market. That's why I've made it my mission to impact 1 million of you. I want to provide you with the tools, insight, and support you need to navigate this exciting but challenging landscape. Swing trading is not just about technical analysis, it's about understanding market psychology and developing disciplined risk management strategies. I'll be there to guide you step by step as we identify different types of patterns and structures and seize profitable opportunities. Together, we'll build your confidence in trading skills, ensuring you're well prepared to face the twists and turns of swing trading. Believe me when I say that I genuinely care about your success. That's why I'm inviting you to join me, Mr. Know-It-All, on this transformative journey. Let's make the most of this bull cycle and work towards your financial freedom together. You'll find all my links in my bio. Reach out and let's dive into this world of swing trading. I'm here to support you and your family and guide you every step of the way because your success matters to me. Together, let's make a real impact and achieve trading success.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? All right, the weekly candle just closed for Bitcoin. Kind of a nothing burger candle, right? We're just sitting up here. Tried to break out with XRP's break the other day, but didn't get quite the move we were looking for there. We're still sitting above this $30,000 region. I'm vibrating with excitement. Oh my God. You guys are funny. All right. What will this week bring? XRP saw a major move. You guys are part of the alert service. You guys know I rolled into XRP last month, right? Take a look at Tether. So Tether on the brink of breaking this pennant structure here on the weekly. We closed I want to say a red candle. Yeah, a red candle. We tried to break down. We haven't quite got the breakdown just yet. All right, but definitely, bearish structure. I mean, technically it's making higher lows, but we got lower highs also in, okay? It is a bit bearish that BTC couldn't break. I will second that. But the more times you test resistance, the more likely it is to break it, right? That was like our second or maybe second attempt at breaking. We could get one more pump off this low for Tether. We could get one more pump off this low to test, 7.74 is what I'm thinking. We get one more scam pump up here for another lower high and then see you later. And that should bring Bitcoin back down to 28K or so. All right. I still think we might get this back test, man. I really do. Technically, we're fine as long as we're not breaking or engulfing this candle here. Bitcoin can go sideways and do nothing. It's not bearish here. It's just not bullish. Bitcoin dominance, kind of pulling back. We're seeing some of this pullback here on dominance, and altcoins catching some bids right over the past couple days. Some altcoins really rallying out. XRP being one of them. Let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about that XRP movement here. We had a nice weekly closure. right at the trend line. No technical breakout just yet. We might very well see a back test of 53 cents before major moves for XRP. Guys, this is a major bullish pennant. All right. And you guys are seeing it from the bottom of the triangle here. The top of the triangle here is about a 783% measured move for XRP. That is a long-term target. That is not going to happen tomorrow. That brings the asset back up to all-time highs, right? $3.20 areas. But let's go look at the pattern site for pennants, because let's get the real deal here from Borkowski, because I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong the way I'm measuring it. Let's check it out. Pennants. So the pennant breakout upward 57% of the time. All right, that sounds promising. Measure rule. The measure rule is point A in the measure rule. So from the bottom of the pennant to the top. Would you call this a pennant, or would you call it a symmetrical triangle, really? Yeah, so if this is a pennant, then A down here this is A. And it's saying measure A to B. I mean, I don't know, man. That'd be insane if that happens like that. Then that's crazy. It's point A in the measure rule figure to the right to the end price, to the end of the price swing B, and then multiply it by the above percentage meeting price target. It looks like a triangle, right? Maybe a symmetrical triangle. Yeah. Symmetrical triangles, I think it's just the bottom of the triangle and the top of the triangle. But let's take a look at it. Not busted. Monthly symmetrical triangles. Yeah, I would say this is a monthly symmetrical triangle. Right? It's still holding the structure on the monthly, so yes. Let's go with monthly symmetrical triangle. Triangles with short term less than 3 months leading. Patterns with breakups in the same direction as pricing. Maybe this isn't what we want to look at. Even though it is, I would say, is in a monthly symmetrical. Triangles, symmetrical. All right, here we go. 60% of the time and 74% of the way to the triangle for both breakout directions. Yep, so just A to B on the triangle, right? So that would just be A to B. Still a pretty significant movement. A lot of 1,200% roughly measured move. 1,200%. That sounds about right. 1,200% from the break. So from here, it's 1,200%, or 1,170. So yeah, about about $8 to $10 on this movement. And I guess we could just fib from the candle bodies. So yeah, I would say the 1414 to the 1618 is a good target for XRP once we get a breakout. There you go. That is no joke. And we have the squeeze. It is active on the monthly chart. We are going to get a pullback, right? We are outside of the weekly band. So a pullback is in order for XRP. And probably a quick snap down to 60 cents, retest it as support, and then see you later, alligator. All right. I do think we've entered somewhat of an alt season here. Bitcoin can just sit up here and just chill. I think so. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The 62, the 50% retracement level right here, this level right here is going to be tested. 62 cents. I mean, yeah, you can just draw a trend line, right? Like we're definitely in a flag right now. So, but as long as we don't take out the whole candle, it's still active, right? So the bottom of your range here is 70 cents right now. But I do suspect some more consolidation this week after this move. Who knows? We might get another pump candle, man. I don't know, dude. This thing is. I rolled 5 ETH. I think I was around that 28 region, 2800 region. Yeah. I was rolling ETH around this level here, I think. This area, because I thought it was going to break out here. We had one more retest before the breakout. But yeah, this is a major structure also on the monthly chart. Like a descending broadening formation on this chart. Look at the RSI just trending up, the price coming down. I think I can make a lot of ETH off this trade. That's why I took the trade. Monthly squeeze, the whole 9 yards here, right? You got volatility about to come in against ETH here. Looks pretty good, man, on the monthly chart. Cool. So we briefly spoke about Tether maybe getting one more pop up to this 7.34% region, but could stay within the bounds of this bear flag here. It is a bear flag. We're still making lower highs, and then December we just continue to make lower highs on Tether. There's no real reason to be bullish the dollar right now. Like let's look at the monthly chart. You know, the monthly chart is sitting 57, 58 on the monthly RSI, which is in bullish territory. But I mean, look what it's doing. It's making like topping formations, and this does not look bullish to me. Right, we have lots of distribution happening here. Top of the trend line, and your bottom of your range here. You're at a support, right? You break this support, you come in straight down to 48 on the monthly chart, and the same goes for the DXY, man. You guys see what's going on here, right? Bear pennant breakdown, right? Great for risk assets here. This looks great. 3-month candle looks like shenanigans. This does not look bullish for the dollar. Bottom of the channel here is like this 94 region. That's going to send all risk assets to all-time highs, like the real good ones, like Apple is already at all-time highs. Microsoft, any of the majors. Microsoft closing a candle body close above all-time highs here. It is at all-time highs. And coiling here on the weekly, man, this looks crazy. Tough to be bearish these markets right now with the dollar looking the way it is, right? So, you know, we're gonna get pullback, sure. We're gonna go back up to retest this, you know, $100 region on the DXY, sure. At some point we will. It's already, you know, becoming oversold on the daily and 2-day chart. We had a major breakdown though. I still think we see more upside in the crypto markets, truthfully. Lots of movement to be had. 1 inch breaking out of a falling wedge here. You guys want to note that. That's a big setup here. I think I posted this on TradingView not too long ago. Big setup here on 1 inch. Avalanche holding this low, this triangle low. BNB putting in a triple bottom down here. You have a bit of divergence happening, but not too much follow through just yet. Compound definitely broke out of the wedge a long time ago. Polkadot in a descending broadening formation. 2-week chart poising looking up. Well, a lot of these altcoins look great. Look, a lot of them look like they're bottomed out. All right, not financial advice, but that's what they're looking like. Any particulars you guys want to look at? Let's look at ETH. I know you guys want to look at ETH. We'll do that real fast. So ETH in the triangle down here, still just holding in the triangle, consolidating, making higher lows. Haven't produced a higher high. I do suspect some sort of breakout here for ETH at some point, maybe this week or next week. We'll look at DOC, sure. So range bound asset down here. Nothing special. You know, holding your 38.2% retracement level. I'm going to cut out this low. This is probably a COVID crash low. Yep. All right. So yeah, just making lower highs, holding this low for now. You might get one more retest of this, 1.5 cent region, and then try to trade towards the top of this range. You know, daily stochastics are pointing down here. Daily looks like it has room to run down. It's at 51 on the RSI. The 2-day chart pointing down. 3-day chart also pointing down. Lots of things telling you you're going to get a retest of this region here, this 1.4 to 1.5 cent region. You're rejecting the trend line here. So I would say you probably make a movement down. Watch out for Axie Infinity breaking out of a channel up here, or channel down rather. This could break to like $10 in one candle, man. There's nothing here. It's just straight down. So straight up type of stuff. Okay. 2-week chart looking pretty good for upside on this one. SNX was another one. We called this one out. Yeah, man, look at this structure. This looks crazy, dude. Holding the monthly 21 and 200-day moving average here in a falling wedge structure. I'm looking at about a top of the wedge is $18 long term on this asset. This is looking pretty primed for a move. ADX crossing up on the monthly chart. You guys watch this one, all right? I don't own it, but it looks really nice on the chart. I can't own them all, unfortunately. I will disclose what I do own. I own pretty much all of these. Algorand, we got a bag of Algorand down here. Algorand putting in probably a weekly double bottom down here, low, same low on price. Watch out for Algorand pump up to like 16 cents. You break the wedge. We're talking about testing the top side of the channel, which is probably around that supply line around 41 cents at some point in time. We'll take a look at Matic and XLM. XLM was posted, actually, on my trading view. You can just go and review that and take a look at it. I posted it, here it is, on June 16th. The two falling wedge patterns, right? First wedge pattern, the top of the wedge. Second wedge pattern, well, you know where it's going. Probably the top of the wedge. Right, I even said history rhymes and repeats itself. I posted this when the price was 7.8 cents. You hit the play button. You got the breakout starting there. Right, this is charted on a monthly time frame. All right. But yeah, XLM looks good. Matic, we'll take a look at it. So the rising wedge played out. I even had a line here that maybe this was the bottom area. It came pretty close to it. So far, it's rejecting the 200-week moving average, holding above the 50-week, so that's good. See if you maybe double bottom here or something. This looks like a lot like this structure right here, like it did here, all right, before it went on a major rally. So So before it goes on a major rally, you know, it might be doing something similar to here back in November of 2020 with the rising wedge, right? The lower high, the lower high, the lower high, the lower high. All right, you guys see the same type of structure here, right? Looks pretty good. Looks pretty interesting. The weekly's crossing up. ADX crossing up bullishly. I think we're going to see some fireworks on Matic here. All right. Pay attention. Pay attention. What else you guys got? Hope you guys have been paying attention to H-bar. This one's going to actually do something pretty crazy this cycle. All right. Let's pay attention. It had a wedge break. It made a back test. It just needs to get above this 5.5 cent region. We got a breakout, all right? Bitcoin dominance is pulling back last I checked. All right, so yeah, I mean, 2-week chart coming down. Weekly chart already started. This gave the sell signal. The sell signal on Bitcoin dominance is clear. We got the cross on the weekly. All right, so our 2-week chart has lots of momentum to the downside. That tells me that, especially if Bitcoin's bid around 30K, that altcoins should have a run to catch up to Bitcoin while it consolidates before it breaks, you know, that 31.5K, 32K region. All right. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance to come down to retest that 49% region, or even as low as, you know, 47.45. That'll send. Some of these altcoins will send, you know, 2, 3, 4x on some of these coins. You know, the good projects, right? The good projects, the ones that actually do stuff. GMX and Maker and CAS, sure. Not really too much data on Caspa here, but you clearly see we're in a nice channel to the upside, holding the long-term channel here with the stochastics pointing up on the weekly chart. You're heading into overbought territories, though. Be careful, but you can continue because the weekly chart is telling you that. Top of the channel here would be about a new all-time high around 10.5 cents. Good luck, sir. Hold that channel, you're good to go. GMX, great project, by the way, GMX. Let's see. Sure. Yeah, GMX, some sort of channel going on here. You know, getting some bids off this low, but, you know, not really able to break this high. Like, so far, you know, this could be, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it could be some sort of head and shoulder structure. The weekly momentum looks good, though. The weekly momentum looks good. All right. You wanted to hone in on your 2- and 3-day charts, though. All right, your 2-day is starting to round up here. You know, you're starting to come down maybe. I would pay attention to this level here. This is a big level, this $50 region. All right. This level. You hold this level and you consolidate here, fine. You kind of can negate this potential head and shoulders pattern, but if you do get the head and shoulders pattern set up, you could just be looking for a double bottom. All right, like you had here. You had a low and a higher low before a run. A low, making a lower high, maybe come back and retest this low before a nice move up, okay? So look for the retest is what I'm saying. If you want to confidently get in this trade, look for the retest. Maker, great project also, by the way. Traded last cycle from 300 to about that $6,000 region. Maker putting in a nice rounding bottom here. Beautiful looking chart. I would say your major level of resistance right now is that $1,800 region. You got some wick highs here to break too. You're above the major level, which is good. You got some wick highs around here, around that $1,000 region. Is this all the data on Maker? Yeah, maybe, right? It's just a nice channel. Nice parallel channel on Maker. You're at the middle of the channel. But the weekly is bullish. This can stay extended up here for some time. Like if you go back and look at when it was bullish up here, all right, or when it started going bullish up here, it made one more leg up, which it could very well do. Because you did get this break, right? You got the nice channel breakout. You could get one more test at the top of the range, 1200, before pulling back, right? Because this is a double bottom. And your neckline was right here at 75%. And so eventually, yeah, pretty much TA Tetris up to that $1,700 region. But what you might do first is break up to like 1200 and then pull back to like 750 and then make like a cup and handle type of structure for your next leg out. All right, so that could take some time to play out. Pay attention to your weekly oscillator, all right, for that pullback, all right? Something like that. Because the monthly, I'm sure, looks extremely bullish, so it would make sense. Yeah, the monthly has lots of room to run. So I would, you know, the next couple of weeks, you could see that push up to 1200, 1300, and then pull back to like, you know, $700, 40, 50% pullback, make a higher low, make that cup structure for the continuation into the coming months, right? That's how this stuff kind of goes. You got to be really patient with these movements. But yeah, I mean, longer term, we can just pivot from the low to the high. We break all-time highs. Usually the 1272 fib extension is where you're probably going to go. I mean, $9,300 target for Maker long term is probably about right, okay? Which might be pretty close to in parity with the price of ETH. Just saying. Possible. Pro. Still teetering down here, you know, trying to break this wedge. You're in the wedge. You got the divergence on the weekly chart. You have the stochastics pointing up. Everything in the making here for a major movement here for CRO. And the top of your wedge here is about 10 cents. Yeah, this level right here looks probably to be tested. And if you break 10 cents, you're looking at probably up to about that 15-cent marker. And I think that's the whole move of that wedge pattern, right? But yeah, it looks like it wants to break, man. Started to try to break here. Okay. Looks good. OP with the wedge break, right? Breakout, back test, making a higher low, running. Sushi was a posted trade setup. Watch out. This looks crazy down here. Oh man, it's a bear flag. You know what? It is a bear flag until it's not, and it breaks above 91 cents. Then you're looking at a major move because it gets above this level. It can basically trade up to this level real fast. Watch out for Sushi breaking this trend line here, okay? This is this protocol makes money. Remember, they make fees on trades. And you got a 2-week stochastic cross up, you got a weekly stochastic cross up. You're in basement levels down here on some of these coins, guys. Remember that. I would not be looking for short trades down here on these assets. I'd be looking for long, swing long trades. You know, not financial advice, but you know, you've done a 100% retracement since November of 2020. You know, this is a major structure. You got a wedge structure here being built. You know, at least to go test the 382 fib extension around that $2 range, or even the median of this channel, which is around $3. Why not? Why not? Oh yeah, Shibcoin looking good too. Was in a wedge, right? I think Doge was actually in a massive setup from last time I checked. Yeah, so you got the parallel channel down here. You're really close to breaking it. This is a big bull flag, right? Doge is in a big bull flag with the divergence, all right? But pay attention to Dogecoin, too. Elon Musk probably going to tweet something soon, man. Pay attention. Radium, we posted this trade setup, the descending broadening formation with a massive squeeze on this bad boy. I think I posted it on the yeah, this chart. There you go. Descending broadening formation, about a 400% measured move out of this structure, right? The weekly squeeze, the RSI, you know, trending up with the price coming down, and the squeeze that you're in is major. This is a major move coming for this asset. It's just gonna pump like 40-50% out of nowhere. Oh my God, Node, how did you know, bro? Well, all these things are telling me that. All these things are telling me that. I'm feeling okay. I'm just looking at structures, man. Just looking at the structures. Charts don't lie, man. They tell you what's going on. Remember that. Sologenics. This is one of XRP's DEXs. They also are going to be tokenizing real securities. Pay attention to this asset. This one's going to do crazy stuff. Crypto futures, Soldier. The euro is bullish. The dollar. There's no point looking at it. We know the euro is going to go up. We just covered it. The dollar broke down. Pay attention to this shitcoin, guys. I'm in this shitcoin. Karura Network, it's called. It's a $9 million cap coin. Sol's going to go to the moon, dude. Descending broadening formation. I mean, what do you want? Yeah, it's going to go back to 300 bucks. It's gone. It's already broken out. It's done. See you later. Right? Descending, broadening, formation with the double bottom. What do you want? What do you want? Momentum shifting structure, right? The low, the higher low, the low and higher low on price. The monthly chart looking absolutely insane with the stochastic cross up down here. And you're sitting at 42 on the RSI. And look, ever so slight, the ADX crossing long on the monthly chart. Sneaky Solana, what are you doing? Sneaky Solana, what are you doing? But yeah, man, this was also posted, I believe, on TradingView. If it wasn't, I'm mistaken then. But I believe it was. Trying to find it. I don't think I did actually post it. Yeah, it's not posted, but it's all good. It's definitely in a setup. I think I posted it maybe for the group. Anywho, yep, looks great. Descending broadening formations go to the tops of the wedge formations. So $285 is your long-term swing target there for Solana. Don't forget about Flow. I keep talking about it because it hasn't done anything yet. This is the best time to be accumulating something, man. Remember that. Remember, the best time to accumulate assets is when they're not doing anything. I'm trying to find the index chart. There it is. This 2-week engulfing candle is still active until it's not. We haven't broke below it, so I would say it's still active. We have a 2-week cross up. Just saying. Your third drive of bullish divergence down here on this asset, right? One, your first low, your second low, your third higher low with lower lows on price. Pay attention to Flow. Pay attention to Flow. Hasn't done it yet, but just pay attention. It's looking like a doji reversal candle right here. I really wish it closed green, but just pay attention, man. There's some of these coins are about to do some stupid stuff. Sand is another one that I own a bag of, by the way. We covered AVAX, yep. I also posted it, I believe, on TradingView or in the Discord. I trade money. So sand with the double bottom down here on the weekly chart. It is in a falling channel, down sloping channel, but you can see the momentum shifting structure. Look at the MACD for a second here, guys. Look at this. Look at this. You have the divergence. You have the, I mean, there's no selling pressure here, guys. There's like barely any selling pressure here. What happens after that? What happens when there's no sellers? What happens after no sellers? That looks insane. It just absolutely looks retarded. Absolutely retarded. Like consolidation maybe for a little bit, and then just we're gonna get a boner candle out of here easily. It's just gonna rip. Like out of nowhere, you're gonna see Sandcoin just rip like 80%. Why? I just showed you why. The MACD telling you there's no sellers left. Right? You're in a squeeze on the weekly chart. You're in probably a 2-week squeeze. You're in a 2-week squeeze. I look at the cycle repaint chart. No, dude, there's no point. Why? I think it's been wrong for the last 6 months. Oh, we're going to crash down to 15K, man. Good. Let's go to 15K. I'm expecting some sort of pullback at some point, but I think they're going to take this higher first, maybe to the 618, around that 40K region. Then I'm looking around that $25,000 to $27,000 region if 30K breaks. 30K is a big level. All right, just saying. It is a little alarming that there's no volume. Just pay attention to the dollar, man. The dollar looks like absolute trash. Dollar looks like shit. That means crypto should not look like shit. It should do stuff. Yeah. I think these are the bottoms on everything. I'm not dismissing the chart. It's just the timing, right? So like November, December is when usually tops or bottoms of the cycle. Going into the summer, we usually get a nice rally. July, August, September usually is a nice rally for crypto. September or October, November, December is when we see pullbacks. So I'm expecting Q4 to be pullback time. I think we're still gonna see some nice pumps, man. Still got some nice rallies ahead of us here this month. Crypto hasn't really caught up to the dollar breaking that $100 region at all. So I think crypto's gonna catch up. I guess we'll see, right? We'll see how it plays out. But all these patterns, man, they're all going to take time to play out. Like these weeklies and monthlies I just charted for you guys, they might take 6 months, a year, 2 years to play out, all right? But they're going to pump up a bit. They're going to consolidate. They're going to pull back a bit. They're going to consolidate. They're going to pump back up a bit. They're going to consolidate the whole 9 yards, right? That's how this stuff goes. Nothing just goes straight up unless you're XRP. What? It's close to a break. Good things happen when you're above these major moving averages, man. Good things happen when you're above these major moving averages. Just saying. All right. What else you guys want to look at? Ocean Protocol looks pretty good here. Nice little channel break on the weekly chart. Has room to run probably to the top of the channel. Atom, sure. Let's see. I'm gonna use this chart because it has more data probably than your leverage chart. All right, so you got a nice cross up, which is good. Yeah, I mean you're at a major trend line here, dude. If you start breaking this trend line, I feel like there's a lot of empty space on this wedge, but maybe some sort of M shape, right? Some sort of shark pattern. So yeah, maybe like target would be A or C if you break to the upside, which would be like $15. CFX and Rose, sure, we'll take a look at them. Render, we'll take a look at it. All right, so I think, yeah, I mean, if this does play out, which it might, we just got a 3-day cross up. We're in a 3-day squeeze. You got a bullish confirmation on that. I mean, you're not in the biggest of squeezes, but you're still like consolidating here. So I would say it looks okay. Your daily is like showing signs of maybe pulling back a bit. You're crossing down, so you might see some consolidation in this range, right? So I would draw a trend line here, right, and just pay attention to this trend line. If you start breaking it, it means you're probably going to come back down and test 870. But if you hold this trend line, which is what I'm thinking you do, which is around that 927 region, the hourly, yeah, the hourly is coming down, right? Like I just explained that to you. Yeah, you know, bearish confirmation, you know, stochastic still pointing down. Yes, you're getting close to the hourly oversold region, but let's zoom out a little bit. Your 4-hour has room to come down a bit if it wants. I guess, yeah, watch this low right here, man. I mean, if you start reversing and pivoting here, great. If not, I think, you know, maybe just a little bit further down, this 925 area. Really wouldn't shock me if you tested that. All right, so yeah, leave some room for your trade, man. Maybe set some buy orders a little bit lower. Yeah, you're essentially looking for this trend line to break and back test as support. So this could consolidate and come down a bit. Wait for that 4-hour reset, I would say, to really get your trade, because I do think this is going to maybe pull back some, and it could, like, you know, dip. It could dip into the $9 liquidity zone before ripping, you know, out of here, you know, resetting this oscillator, and this is the dip before the rip on a wedge, right? So just pay attention. You could get that type of selling pressure to come in real fast there. With that cross down you got. All right. Render. Let's take a look at render. looks like lower highs being put in here, right? You guys see that, right? Got a high, got a lower high, got a lower high, got a lower high, got a lower high, or same high. Yeah, and you have some same lows being put in, so you have like a bit of compression happening here on this price. I wouldn't, yeah, I would say bear flag stuff for because of distribution happening, or maybe, you know, pennant type of stuff. But you're holding, you know, above major moving averages right now on the 4-hour chart. But yeah, just pay attention, because, you know, if it doesn't hold this demand line anymore, then it loses that, and you could send down to the downside. Let's go to our daily. So yeah, our daily is pointing down with the bearish divergence showing on the MACD oscillator. The 2-day also, well, so interesting spot, right? Because you are going into the squeeze here, but you could get one more dip into liquidity zone before going on a move. Let's just really chart this a bit more. So this could be an area. This could be at an area where it sees something. I'm looking at this pretty intently because I think we might be at an area or close to an area. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, so it's really possible for this thing to actually just completely lose this level and then test the bottom of this trend line here, because it's been using this channel as its support. So, you know, a bearish pennant, one breakdown, and then maybe we rip back up, right? That type of thing. And the oscillators are, oh man, we're gonna get a cross up. Well, you could get a fake breakdown. Your weekly is still telling you, so you got some downside, right? You haven't really recovered yet. You have room to run down on the RSI as well, right? It's not like, I mean, yes, you're in bullish territory, but is this an optimal place to be buying? No. The optimal place to be buying is below 45 on the RSI and the weekly chart. So to me, this could pull back and still make a higher low and still be bullish, right? But it could just make a nice pullback. Like how far up has this already retraced from its swing high to swing low there? Let's see. I bet you it's done a 618. Oh, perfect. It did the 618. So yeah, why not pull back? Why not pull back? Looks great from the outside on London there. CFX. This is a stock or this is a crypto? Medium to, I think this is crypto. All right, so pretty clear. Looks like it made a wedge break. My guess is it already did the 382 to 618 retracement. Let's take a look. This is basically the stuff I teach. Oh my God, we hit a 618. We're pulling back. Weird. Not weird. All right, cool. So I would say your bottom range target here is 9 cents if you get there. Right? The weekly 50-day moving average. And you had this beautiful wedge break, and now you're going to have this nice consolidation structure being built. And yeah, just watch it consolidate. It's just going to consolidate now. It made a major leg, man. The weekly looks like it is going back into a squeeze now, but it's not fully formed. And like this could just consolidate for some time, right? Your daily's pointing down, right? You know, you're making lower highs, right? Yeah, man, just watch this consolidate. This made a major move. This is probably gonna pull back. Maybe, like I'm saying, maybe this area right here. You know, usually you wanna look for 3 major touch points on a channel. So maybe one more leg down. Maybe look for a long here, because this is a pretty big block here for support, right? And maybe grab some here. If it doesn't break out, it makes one more leg down. Great. You see it one more time down here. And you got entries at 12 and at 7. So your average entry would be 10 cents to catch the next major leg up on this thing. I don't know how this is going to play out, but just pay attention to it. You're clearly in a downsloping channel. You hit a 618 after a falling wedge breakout. It's going to pull back. And just watch these lows down here, right? The low from 4 to 10 cent region is a major region, and we're still really up here, man. We got probably room to fall. We got room to fall on that. Rose coin, let's take a look at it. Rose coin, definitely in the basement right now. Definitely in the basement for Rose coin. No major break just yet on this thing. It looks like you're making some sort of downsloping flag of sorts. Like you're in a bear. You're in like, I want to say you're in a bear flag, but you're in like a downtrend. You're still in a major downtrend, right? It's not really a wedge, but you guys can kind of see. You know what? It's actually just a range-bound asset. It's really all it is. Just this. It's really just this. You're at a bottom of a range, and I would say that it has room to run to the top of the range, which is about 10 cents. Once you start breaking above these 5.5 cent regions, okay. And the weekly weekly chart looks good, right? You're squeezing to the upside here. And you can see your negative momentum about to wean off, and you have this massive amount of bullish divergence on the weekly chart. This is going to make a major move to the upside, right? It's telling you that. Major move to the upside is coming for this asset, given Bitcoin doesn't shit itself and ruin the party. But yes, this looks great. This looks wonderful. I would say buying it down here is probably not a bad play. Not financial advice, of course. Remember, this is always... do your own research, and I'm just looking at a chart for entertainment purposes only. And if you were to swing trade this at the top of the range eventually, well, you're looking at a 6 or 7x on your money. And that's where you probably want to look to scaling out of this, something like this, right? Unless it starts breaking the top of the range, right? And it starts doing stuff like this, and it pulls back, and it makes a higher low, and then it makes a cup and handle out of here. Like, that's the type of stuff that it could do. So watch your ranges. Pay attention to formations. Watch bullish divergences. Watch MACDs. Join the Discord. Join the alert service. I'll teach you this stuff, right? If you guys are enjoying the stream, you guys know what to do. Smash up the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. And if you really do appreciate what I'm doing here, man, leave some sort of feedback and comment. Be like, man, this guy crushes the charts. This guy tells it like it is. He doesn't mess around. This is the type of stuff that people need to know, man, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to reach my goal of, changing 1 million people's lives. And that's truly my goal here. Like, I think it's really something that that a lot of you guys need to share out and let people know, man, this guy really cares and really wants to do this. I do. Join the Discord, man. I don't need you to join my service. Just hang out with me, man. Be part of it. Join the journey, man. Like, I'm just here. I'm reading the charts the best to my ability. I'm teaching you guys how to read them too, if you're paying attention, right? Hex. He wants hex. All right. It rhymes with hex, all right? Something that we're all not getting. Sex. What did I say, man? It's back into the pattern. I think it goes back up and tests that 1.8 cent region. The chart is still the same and hasn't moved. Looks the same to me. Still diverging on the hex chart. Still diverging on the hex chart. Something a brewing there. Something a brewing. Cover the DXY already, bro. We covered it, but yeah, man, you know the drill here. All right, Ripple. About to break out of the pennant. We had a major candle that came in last week. We got stopped right before the break, all right? We're on the brink of potentially breaking out of here, but I do think we might see a 60-cent retest before the actual breakout. But we'll see. It might just go, man. The weekly's pointing up. We're just starting to build this positive momentum on the weekly chart. There's no real divergence just yet. You know, MACD is poised up. Major squeeze happening, breaking here. 2-week squeeze, 3-week squeeze, monthly squeeze. It's all there, dude. It's all there. I'm not sure. Look at storage real fast. So storage, I actually posted a video on storage on my TradingView. All right. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The following wedge set up on storage. This was on July 4th. The price was 33 cents. I gave a swing target to the top of the wedge. Push the play button. You got the breakout and you're back testing the wedge right now, it looks like. So yeah, there's that, right? I mean, that is a nasty rejection though, man. Right, you got this pump, but like that is nasty. Nasty scam wick on that breakout though. But technically it's out. It broke and it's just holding it. Just holding it. So yeah, that wedge is still intact until it's not. Yeah, I didn't take that trade. I know how these shit coins go, man. It's just, some of them are just straight up garbage. They just get scam pumps and just dumps, man. I don't know. But the divergence was there. We had the setup and everything, and it ripped. It did like 80% right out the gate, right? And then just right back down. It did not already test the 60-cent level of CryptoClan. But it may not. It may just go. There's so much divergence on that chart on XRP, man. And anyone that's trading this thing knows about the trend line right there too. So, dude, if the yield rates are up, that means inflation is up. That's all I have to say. You're earning interest in the bank, that means there's inflation. And they're covering it with fucking interest. Just saying. Interest equals inflation. But inflation's only 3%, man. No, it's not. It's bullshit. It's like 5, 7, 9%, depending on what you're buying, depending on where you are in the world and where it is. Radium is blowing up right now. We were just talking about it. Watch Aptos too, right? This flag. This is a wedge. We had a dip before this rip that's coming, all right? Pay attention to it, right? Your weekly is set up. Nice movement up here. Stochastics to the upside. MACD about to cross. You're in the weekly squeeze. You got the whole setup going on here. This looks great. Pay attention to Aptos, man. In a setup, man. Looks great. No denying what it looks like. UIDX as well, right? That this big consolidation range here. You broke the channel here, broke the wedge, it looks like. And you are just below the 200-week moving average. If you start to pop back above that, man, there's no reason why you don't test the top of the range at $3.30. And eventually, if you break that, there's really nothing here. It went straight down. It's probably going to go straight up. I was like, look at your weekly. And look at the squeeze. And rest my case. Once you guys start familiarizing yourself with how to use the squeeze and how to read the stochastics and the trend lines and what's happening on these charts. It really just, I think it's pretty easy. I mean, you guys have questions or comments as to how I do what I do? I'd love to answer those types of questions and really teach you guys and get all of you guys to the next level in your trading career, man. Like, let's go. This is the time to do it. Please ask me some questions. As I sit here and eat Tums while my stomach bothers me. This is a good song. Let's bump it. All right. What do you gents want to look at? BART head and shoulders patterns are a valid thing. I think the BART, excuse me. The BART pattern is kind of like a made-up thing for Bitcoin. Choking on Tums over here. Sorry. Like I said, the BART pattern is more for like Bitcoin. Head and shoulders patterns are real things, yes. But BART patterns, maybe. I know I see them a lot on Bitcoin charts, but Lucid broke out. Actually had a fake breakout. Would you look at that? Fake break. Ouch. But I had all the signs telling me to get out, right? These green dots up here, these red dots telling me to buy, these green dots here telling me to get out. No red dots coming in just yet on the 4 hour. But when I start getting them, yeah, that's probably going to be close to that next bottom. I'm guessing the 650 region or even the 622 region. This was a fake break right here. We got out of the trade, right? We made 100% on that option, man. That was great. We got out into the top of the range. And I rolled it into Sun W, right? This one looks pretty good, man. This one looks pretty effing good. We were trading monthly charts on this one. Look at the divergence on the monthly RSI on this bad boy. Not only that, look at your squeeze. Look at the squeeze on this, man. This thing was up 12% on Friday. It's just starting, man. This thing is going to rocket ship right through all this shenanigans here. Pay attention to this stock. It's going to do some stupid shit. Cool. Stocks I hold. I'm still in GFAI down here, man. I mean, I know it doesn't look so good. It's starting to break these range lows. It's just going to do it, though, man. It's just going to hold the low. I'm telling you. Look what it's doing down here. It just subtly got a daily cross up on the stochastics down here. Pay attention to this one. Range low. RSI wrecked. In a 2-day squeeze. But man, it's going to squeeze short. It could squeeze short. There's no real, I mean, there isn't, yes, there is support here, but once it breaks below this support, there's nothing here. So it could just dump to like $2. Good. But the weekly is now in the buy zone below 45 on the weekly chart, right? I think this thing's gonna rip tits. What do you think about that? Volume completely receded. Anyways, this looks like a good trade. We're still in the 8x8 trade, by the way. We're still in it with the double bottom. The monthly chart looking absolutely fantastic down here. We're in this wedge pattern. You can clearly see the momentum is just shifting back to the upside here. This looks great. Nice long-term hold set up here. Monthly RSI, bullish divergence on this asset. Upwork is another one. We got it at $9, right? Monthly down here in the basement. Looking great. Lots of upside on Upwork down here. BBAI is another one that I took a trade on, but I'm not really too happy with the entry that I got. I think I entered around 211, but I started to see this happening, this cross down. But like the smaller time scales looked like they were going to hold this low. So I stayed in this trade, but I might end up regretting it because I might just break this to the downside. We'll see. I do have stop loss in place on this one, so we'll see if we get stopped out. But it did start to breach this triangle on Friday a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. That's support. But it did break this 206 region. All right. We'll see how this one goes. GameStop just sitting up here on 23. It's still technically out of the structure. But we'll see if this thing can pull its head up here. NVAX, we're still in this trade from like $7 and change down here, right? If you zoom out and go to the 2-week chart, this is what we took the trade off of. We're throwing a lot of these red dots in down here, right? Nice little wedge formation. Breaking out of a 2-week squeeze and to the north side, that is a major squeeze. Okay. And these charts look really good long term, I'm telling you. Workhorse is another one we got to eat on a trade, but we'll see if we get back. We can pop back above that $1 region. Pretty critical zone there for Workhorse. And we didn't really start showing these red dots either, so that's the other concern I have. But on the weekly we did. But yeah, again, major squeeze happening on the weekly and even the 2-week chart. So I think this is pretty close to a bottom, if not the bottom with this asset, right? The monthly stochastic's about to cross up. You know, 2-week, 3-week chart looking like a cross up, 2-week chart crossing up, weekly already up. Momentum going to come into this asset probably in the next couple weeks, couple months. So bottom of the structure, nice low risk long entry for a swing trade. All right. But there's some of the swing trades that I'm in, guys. I plan on holding these for months, or at least until the stochastic RSIs top out. And then I look to take profit and look for a reset to get back in, make a higher low, continuation, get back in. No continuation, stay out of that trade. Find a new trade. That's how it goes. All right. Any questions, comments? More charts? This is actually a free one I found on TradingView. It's called Liquidation Levels by Leviathan. And I'm just using the market order bubbles and the standard deviation multipliers you can mess with, but I have mine on 3, 3, 3, and 1.2. Seems to do pretty well. I mean, especially if you're leverage trading, you could probably use that indicator and do pretty well with it, especially on a smaller time scale. Like here's DOT on the hourly. Like this is probably a good long entry right here for DOT. Why? Well, you're at a major support level. You're in a demand zone. And almost every single time you get these, you most certainly almost get a move up, even if it's a small move up. But, well, you know, use a little bit of TA, right? Draw your trend line. What do you got going on here? You got maybe a wedge pattern going on here of sorts. This looks like some sort of wedge. Are you going to squeeze on the hourly? Well, you are in a squeeze on the hourly. I don't know, man. That looks like it's maybe a good area on the hourly chart for a scalp. Right? Maybe DOT just goes up to test, you know, I don't know, 548 real fast. Then what? Then your 20x lev long trade's pretty lit. I'm just saying, you could use it for that if you want. And you got an early 4-hour buy too coming in. So you have an hourly and 4-hour that look pretty good for an optimal long entry here on DOT. I mean, it may not play out, but it looks that way, right? It looks like this could be a good area. Test it out, try it out. I think you'll be kind of shocked to see what kind of results you get from it. I mean, you're not really showing any divergence signs just yet on the MACD, but on your RSI, you're kind of showing some signs of things. Maybe you just get a small pop back up, whatever. These dots come in when they try to liquidate shorts, and they try to liquidate longs here, right? So yeah, maybe look for a nice little long here on DOT. That looks pretty good. Try it out. Just set a stop down here at 525. Let it rip. Leave it up to the chart gods. All right, I think that's all I got tonight. No one's really asking me questions about why I do things, who and why I do things on these charts, you know. But it's all good. I get it. Maybe you guys are too busy with other things right now and not really paying attention to the chart. But for all of those of you that are paying attention, well, appreciate your guys' continued support, and we'll catch you guys next week. All right. And if you guys have any other type of content you guys want to put out, or maybe you guys want to do a video on something, or I don't know, man, and direct message me, or if you're part of the alert service, post it in the alerts chat, make a suggestion or something, you know, sure. Let's do it up. Let's rip it up. Catch you guys in the next one. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Bitcoin range bound, I think, for now. We could see that 28.5 region. It's not out of the cards. A pullback is healthy if we get it, but a consolidation up here is also extremely bullish. Remember, staying up above 30K is actually really good, because that tells us that 30K is our new support. And we might just try to eventually pop up and try to break that resistance. The more times you test it, the more likely it is to break it. Remember that. All right. Cool. All right, guys. Until next time. We'll catch you again next week. Appreciate all your support.